Hello and welcome to Tips from the Team. I'm Brian Hernandez, and today I'm joined by Michael Athanasopoulos of the Lamb and the Wolf. I always get focused. I have to make sure I pronounce your name right after I say it, but
It took you
we
time.
just call him the Wolf.
Yes,
Michael, how are you doing today, brother?
I'm doing well. It was nice to see you again.
Yeah, you too. It's been quite a while. So you've been through quite a lot in the last few years, and we'll jump into that in just a couple of minutes. But first off, why don't you just go ahead, introduce yourself, tell us who you are, what you do, and what kind of pizzas you make.
My name is Michael Athanasopoulos, as you say. My nickname in US is the Wolf. Everybody know me like that. And this one came because nobody can pronounce my last name. You remember the first competition that I went down in San Diego? That was fun. And I came to US 2010. My culinary background is I'm in the restaurant business from 7 years old. This May I'm going to be 52. So it's been a long time. I'm start working with pizza from 1991 in a big place down in Greece, and I just fell in love with this product. It got so many things that you have to figure it out.
Right. Well, it's very versatile. So I mean, a lot of people kind of fall in love with it. I've heard a lot of stories where people started doing something else and ended up in pizza. So how did you end up getting on the team? How did that come about for you?
Put the blame in Gino.
Yeah, Gino Rago. Okay.
Yes, Gino used to do this scouting back in the days. So
Yeah.
you guys used to have a competition up in Chicago, and I see all these pictures. I remember Lenny, Bruno, Leonardo Giordano, my good friend. They win over there. I see all the pictures, so I send a message to Gino and I say, "Hey guys, you do know this competition? How can I join these competitions?" And he came back to me and he asked me if I ever win, blah blah blah, and all that stuff. So it was actually I want to start with the bad side of the story.
Okay.
Like, well, I opened my first location down in Clearwater Beach in California, in Florida, and I go and I did the pizzas up in Ohio.
Hmm.
That was January of 2014. So I came last.
Okay.
Yes, we don't have to brag all the time when we do great. We have to say when we did bad because we learn from there. So
Right.
that day that I came last, I say, oops, something I do wrong. That day over there, if I remember well, Paul Cataldo, that amazing pizza maker, it was the winner. So I sit down and watch all the job that what he was doing, and I start study what is the difference with the wrong thing that we used to do down in Greece with the right thing that they're doing over here. So this one was January and March. I enjoyed for the first time March of 2014. I've been in Vegas, and guess what? And I want to say that stuff. Actually, it's a nice part to say it. I did the traditional. I came first of my division, and actually, I'm the first one on the competition in Vegas that he start complicated the ingredients on the traditional division. And what do I mean with this? Till then, everybody, and you know that I messed up all your competition as well.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm always coming with something. So, like they used to do, top two ingredients. So everybody doing one pepperoni or one mushroom or one pepper or whatever. So that day, I make a combination with three different sauces, three different types of sausage, different types of mushroom, the sauce, and the four different cheeses in the pie. That it was a traditional thing. And actually, I was the first one that day I did. I'm a big fan with the feta cheese, so I make a like a kind of like a feta foam. I don't know exactly the word, and I pass it from a pastry bag. Still, I was the first one that he did that and bake all that stuff, and I get that result. And actually, I remember that day it was next to me. I didn't know anybody back in the days, and I remember it was Leah Scurto, and she said to me, you know that we do traditional, right? I say, yes. So when I did that, then everybody started using multiple ingredients, like three different pepperonis, whatever, that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah, we don't tolerate that shit no more. Just by the way,
Yeah,
and
thank you,
I
thank
don't
you.
know that you really want to brag on that to people,
I
but
know.
yeah.
Let me
So
be proud about my messed up that I did.
no, there's a place for that, and it's not traditional anymore. Anymore. Back then it could have been, but this is how we learn. This is how we evolve, and now we have all these wonderful people mimicking what you were doing and putting, extra ingredients, incorporating stuff, multiple ingredients into multiple elements of the pizza, I should say. Yeah, like sauces and stuff like that. So
Brian,
cool.
when
So that get which you got first. What? How'd you place with that?
I came first on my division,
What division was that? That was the
tra-
traditional one you were saying.
traditional, yes.
Right. Right. Right.
And
Okay. Congrats.
thank you. The second year, it was more fun. So that year, I met Gino, Lenny, Bruno. That was the first people that I met. And my good friend here in Oklahoma, Matthew Hart, that is not in the pizza business anymore. And I'm going the second year, and I say, okay, I win. I have to do something different. And I have a big argument that day with my good friend Hassi, the head judge.
Mhm.
So until 2015, as La Marca, because 2016 they changed the rule again because of me. When you do in the pizza in Vegas, they didn't have you what exactly size you have to do. So I show up to the show and I say, I'm gonna do my pizza cone. So Hassi say, no, you can't do that. Lance Chappelle's coming and say, we don't have any regulation about the size. He's allowed to do it. So I'm doing non-traditional with the pizza cone. I'm never gonna forget that day. I was the first one he brought to the show. I got the equipment from my buddies down in Greece, and I bake it on the wood fire oven. And because I didn't have the oven that I need, I used the calamari twister that they serve the calamari and put it over there inside. I did an applewood bacon with this strawberry jam. Oh, no, it was an apricot tomato sauce and the three different cheeses. And I get second place on the division with the pizza cone. But I remember that day that nobody see it, that totally the show stopped and everybody, it took me like about 40 minutes to make the pizza because everybody wanted to take a picture about that thing. That's the funny parts that I remember about the competitions. So with all that things, to come back to your question is, Gino asked me if I win anything. I told him, what is it? And you guys let me go in. The first competition that I go, it was our friend Torre down in San Diego, Dominic's. And we start with this. And this one, I got another background funny thing with Gino.
Yeah. See, it makes sense now. I didn't know any of that stuff because I wasn't allowed at Expo for the longest time. So
Uh-huh.
if I'd have known that stuff, we probably wouldn't be talking today. Just letting you know, I don't like that stuff. And the excuse of it doesn't say a dog can't play basketball. That stuff's not working anymore either. But again, somehow you win with this stuff, and we can't fault that. The results speak for themselves. Doesn't mean we gotta like it.
No,
Uh, well,
the,
just watch yourself. Not too nice.
eh, anything has to do with that stuff. I don't care if I like it. When I go there, I go to have fun. So when I go to have fun, if I be an ordinary, I'm just another one in the line. So always I
Right.
read the rules, I make all my questions that I need, and I try to do something out of the box.
Right.
So even if I don't make it good, I try. And that's the main thing in this business to make it more serious that it doesn't matter if you're going to win. It matters to never give up. And the same thing is happening with these competitions that we know people will learn each other. And the main thing is how many times you go there. It's happened with me to win with the first pizza competition that I did with US Pizza Team. And thank you guys for that. But I could be last like I've been in Ohio. The main thing is to not give up.
Right. Well, and that, I mean, so you were saying that what's the timeline on that? That was probably 15 or 16. You were saying 2000.
When I joined the team and we did the first competition together, it was 2016 down
16.
in the
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
down. Yeah, and after that we go to Parma. I win that
Yeah.
competition.
Yeah. The 2016. Yeah, in San
Yes,
Diego.
yeah,
Okay.
I give you a big heart.
Dominics.
Yeah, as far as you see now, I'm smiling. Back in the days, you used to beg me to give you a
Yeah.
smile.
Well, I was gonna say something. You said about having fun. I'm like, you never looked like you were having fun.
No, I was having
Just
fun,
causing
but
trouble.
I know that's my job.
It's my job. It's most pizza guys' jobs. Um, yeah. So I mean, but that being said, so 2016, you've been rocking, and you had mobile, the Lamb and the Wolf. It's a mobile truck, beautiful truck, and then
there is there is another story before that. Like before I do the truck, I used to have two locations. The distance that they had between of them, it was 2.5 hours. So I was running both. My biggest problem it was the employees. I couldn't find people. Like I don't know to do everything, but the things that I know to do, you can see it in my reviews. Like I have like the Lamb and the Wolf the last 7 years, and it's all 5 stars, and some things that mean. So I was watching all that stuff, and one day, if you don't mind to say that, there is a review that you say the place is great, the food is fantastic. You go over there and the owner is not there, run. In a one day, I closed both of the locations. I stopped to the guy that,
meaning like if you weren't there, they should not go there.
yes, like the
Okay.
employees that I used to have, they didn't take care of the food and they're doing other bad stuff. I found out drug dealing inside my store and that stuff. So in a one day,
Oh wow.
both the location, I shut them down. And I go find the guy that I did my first trailer. I give the deposit and I start with this. But it was very, very, very hard on the beginning.
Hmm. So that was, I mean, that was it. That's all it took for you to shut down two brick and mortar locations. Was that one review of
No, it wasn't just the
oh
one
he's not there
review.
if he's not there?
No, it wasn't just the
I
one
mean
review.
everything else, but I mean
I was seeing stuff and I was trying to be patient. And the majority of the employees that I have inside was people that I give them second chance life because they give me a second chance over here when I came to US. So it was people that couldn't find a job because of the background, and me, I hired them and I help them with. I don't have to say that stuff, but when we go to that spot,
yeah.
and I was find out, stealing drugs, that kind of things, and that was the drop that overfilled the glass.
Right.
So in a one day, I shut down the locations and I say, "You want to find me anymore? I'll be on the truck." And honest to God, nobody helped me in this. I was going outside making like $80, $60 sales for a couple of months. It was bad, and it takes time to put your name outside. And since then, I'm just doing the truck.
Okay. I mean, would if you had the option, would you go back to a brick and mortar, or are you just kind of in love with that mobile life of quality control and being able to sell where you want?
No, I will go back to the restaurant business in a brick and mortar, but the difference is I'm not a big fan anymore for a big locations. I want a small location so I can be able to control what's going on and make sure that these 20, 50, 100 people that are going to come, they're going to want to come back again.
Right. Okay. So that's, I mean, that's quality control. I mean, it's a great reason. It's funny because you just mentioned. Well, I'll get back to that real quick, but something about your dough. But so you started with a couple brick and mortars. When did you make that switch? What year was that? Did I know you then, or were you already in the truck?
No, no, you didn't know me, but
Okay.
it's not a couple. Like I have another achievement that probably you don't know. When I was down in Clearwater, then I didn't know about it because I was fresh in US and I didn't know about that stuff. One day they sent me from TripAdvisor. I didn't even know nothing about this. The place over there, I used to have it for 2 years, and I closed it for the same reason. Florida is very hard to find employees. On my location, my place, that it was a hole on the wall, and we're doing pizza with some a little Greek stuff over there, but a lot of pizza with a pizza in a pan that we do there. And I was the first out of a 620 restaurants, all 5-star review on TripAdvisor. I still have the plates over here. 2 years on the road that I had the store. And this is not, yeah, that's not easy to have it. Like I was having people with big stores, a lot of money, great food, and I was so surprised to see that. So that means that whatever we do, and I repeat myself again, I don't know everything, but the things that I know to do, I do it with love, and I know to do it right. And that's why a lot of times you see me get pissed when I see people doing Greek food on a pizza, and you see my face is going red.
Because they're doing Greek food, or because they're doing Greek food on a pizza, or
No,
because they're not
it's
doing
wrong.
either right.
It's wrong. It's not just it's not
So
right.
you don't put Greek food on your pizza. You
No,
don't do like
especially you have to remember that even in Parma, when I go over there, I fly to Greece and I brought Greek ingredients and I make my pizzas over there. And actually, the last time that I've been there was 2019, if I remember well, and I placed 38 out of 800 and something with on the traditional that we did.
But what's the distinction? Are you talking Greek ingredients or Greek food? Are they trying to make gyros on
the,
pizza?
the ingredients. No, the euro. I have it on my truck, and I call it the old Chicago. That's the name that I have for the pizza, and it sells like it's the number one seller because U.S.
Okay.
The people over here they love euro a lot, and
So you're basically just saying they're doing it wrong. They're just not doing it right.
yes, like we've been in Italy too many times, and this is what happening with the European countries. It depends the part of Greece. It changes ingredients, flavors, setups, and stuff how you're gonna use. Like it's different how you're gonna have same name of food south of Greece and different how you're gonna have it on the north. As you go in Italy, it's a different style in Rome, different style in Sicily, different style in Naples, different style in different cheeses in Parma. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. It's even for places that are so small, the regional differences are so vast. And like there's a line you can like physically see when you cross into different regions and areas. It's nuts.
These
Oh,
these
okay.
these these countries like Greece, Italy, Egypt, China, whatever, all these countries they have like a huge background, many thousands of years. So the culture and the ingredients, because people they used to be poor and they have to use everything to make something to eat. The creations that I have about flavors, it's very unique, and if you don't know the culture, how to use it right, then you're going in a big mistakes
Okay.
like here I'm freaking out with things that they do and they call it Greek. Like no.
I get it now. Yeah. I see. It just makes you. It's like watching a military movie with my dad, and he's
Mhm,
like, "That is not right. That uniform is wrong." And it's like I just want to
mhm.
watch the movie, but for him, it's torture. I get it. So okay, now I see. So that kind of brings me to the next thing, though, is that you're always talking. You're trying to get me to go to Greece, and I'm this close to trying to figure it out for actually trying next year. Let me try it for next year, but. So pizza cones, flavors. You say you have Euro sandwiches. You have Euro pizzas. How
It's a
much Greek
a- a-
influence?
we have a Euro wrap, big seller, the right thing.
Yeah, the wrap. Okay, I like that. I could get down with that. But I mean, how much Greek influence is over your pizza, and how much of that? I mean, let's say your menu. What percentage has got Greek influence, and are they your best sellers? Like you just mentioned, that Euro wrap being kind of one of them.
Okay, because I work by myself, my console on the truck. When I say by myself, no register, nobody, nothing, by myself. So I have a menu with 5 appetizers, 2 salads, uh, 7 different pizza, the flavors of pizza, and 4 different wraps, 2 Greek desserts. And I do my specials. It depends the area that I go to work because California with Oklahoma is a huge difference. From the flavors, I have cheese or pepperoni, and that's for the kids because on my previous location that was the phrase that I used to have on the menu: pizza for adults. I
Yeah.
wasn't Yes, I wasn't doing like the basic stuff that they do everybody. So cheese.
It's kind of your slogan.
Yeah,
The lamb and the wolf, pizza for
slogan.
adults.
Yeah, on the truck it was a notorious Mediterranean,
Oh, nice.
and use the word with any way you want, with a bad or a good way. And
Right.
the other thing, like the cheese, the pepperoni, and the other one that I do because they like it here is I have one they call it the Wild West. That is a buffalo chicken with diced tomato, spicy feta spread, that kind of. That's the more closer in the flavor. The rest have to do with the Greek flavors.
Okay, so what are some of those, and how did they? Were they just kind of Greek foods translated to pizza, or were they recipes inspired? Why don't you tell us a few of them?
I'm just gonna go with two that maybe everybody they are the most familiar. The one is the Old Chicago. That is anything you find in a Euro wrap, you find in a topping of pizza, and it depends your choice. You can have the original tzatziki sauce on the top of the pizza. You can have it on the side, and the other flavor is that actually I did that in Orlando when we did the competition. I do one mousse from. Everybody knows the spanakopita, so it's a mousse from that ingredient that is the sauce of the pizza, and it's coming
What's
with the lamb as well.
what is spanaco? What did you say that was?
Spanakopita. Now they're gonna laugh with you because the majority know what is it. So is
That's fine.
that's triangle filo dough that it has inside spinach and feta.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
so
Okay.
this one I make it in a mousse. So this is the sauce.
Okay.
The flavor is amazing. Like whatever I did that thing, everybody go crazy. Actually,
Okay.
the chefs that they're judging that day in Orlando, they asked me the recipe for that. They are familiar.
Hey there. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna try to put it on screen, but I wasn't even gonna about to try to like freaking spell that thing. That's no. That's okay.
SPA.
I can spell your name. That's it. I'm gonna stick with that.
Sparacopita is 2 words. It's coming from the spinach and the pita. So
Right. Yeah, it made sense after you said it. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, okay, now I can see. See the hamster running on the wheel there.
Now you come into my discussion that I had before about Greek flavors. So when we go to Greece, because one day I'm gonna take you, we don't do breakfast like we do over here, that you go sit down in a place. We have like a street food breakfast that everything has to do with the feel of flavors. So it's a
Okay.
spanakopita, that is the spanaki with the pita. And after you have tiropita, that tiri in Greek is the cheese.
Okay.
So you get in a cheese pie. And after that, we have like kimadopita. This thing is ground beef with the pita. There is a variety of all these flavors that you have for breakfast with your coffee, and you just walk in and having your breakfast.
Okay. So are these are closer to like a phyllo dough versus like a
Mm-hmm.
pizza dough wrap or pita, something. So it's
Like,
gonna be lighter, crispier. That sounds
yes.
delicious. And I do like that kind of. I mean, I don't see that texture a lot in. I was gonna say in pizza because I mean, how do you do that necessarily on pizza? Unless it's separate thing. You can't. I mean, if you do that as the crust, it's not pizza anymore. Honestly, right?
No,
What's
as a
your opinion on
crust. No, I'm not talking as a
that? As a
crust. But this thing, there is a way how
yeah,
to make it as a mousse and go as a sauce for the pizza. So he's
yeah,
gonna add the flavor on the pizza.
right. No, I was talking about the pita, the texture. I mean, that would be great. I'd still make a pizza on top of one of those. I have, in fact, it's delicious. Um, but yeah, okay. So I can see how just like that was kind of translating some traditional Greek foods into that. Is there anything that is just straight up like in Italy? It's every 2 feet is a kebab pizza place. Actually, it's a kebab place that serves pizza, and all they do, honestly, they do a kebab pizza, which is just all that right on a pizza. The guy asked me, "How do you want it?" I said, "However you make it." And is there anything you just straight translate to that versus like trying to transform it? You just like screw it. It's good enough to just put it on pizza, like a hot dog, a full hot dog on a pizza.
N- No, listen, like one of my favorites, and this one actually I see it from our friend uh, Dave. I forget the last name.
Summers.
He's gonna kill me. Yeah, sorry, I'm sorry. Too much over here, Dave. So Dave did one day. It was a pizza with the, if I remember, with the sausage, gorgonzola, and fried pears. That was delicious. So it's one of my favorite pizza that I have in flavors. But don't get me wrong, everybody will have a different flavor, what we like. So anything has to do with the toppings, like you say, the kebab pizza. There is a way to make it and go back for this again. But one of the main things that everybody that have to remember is you don't have to make 100 things on your menu. You must have two, three, four, five. That is going to be amazing. People are going to want to come for that. So whatever these five things you're going to do, they need love, quality ingredients, and then the result is going to come.
Okay. So, what are your tips for anybody? I mean, you're literally a a lone wolf. I can't believe I didn't think of that one earlier. But when you're doing this, your pizza van, um, what are some tips for? I was gonna say anybody wanting to do it on their own, but at least just for anybody wanting to do this in general. Um,
It is hard. It's not easy. It is hard, and for me, with the situation that I have the last 3 4 years, it was more hard. But what comes to the life if we don't have the desire and the love and the guts to keep going?
right.
Any kind of job is not just the pizza. Any kind of job. The main thing is to believe in yourself, and no matter what's going on, it's don't give up.
Yep. Absolutely. So you are now you've gone from California to Oklahoma, almost to
Hmm.
Kansas,
Hmm.
um, and you're still doing the truck.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, but over in California, you ran into a little adversity. Well, adversity. Your truck got burned up by nature, right? Caught in one of the wildfires. What was I was gonna
Uh,
say the hardest thing about that? That's a stupid question, but I mean, how did you get out of that? What is one thing you learned from this that you could tell people maybe facing? I mean, because this world is just burning up now, so other people are gonna have this. What's one thing
okay.
you can tell from your experience to help somebody?
This one has two sides. The one side is anything have to do with me and how I affect my life on the business. But there was people over there that they die. So, like me, I'm the 5% of this sad story. Some other people that lost their lives and everything they put over there, their whole life. Uh, in my life, that was the second wildfire that I have that I'm losing business. He's chasing me. So the first time it was 2007 down in Greece. After a month that I opened my store, it's happened the same thing in that area, and I lost everything.
Wow.
And here in US, what was that thing that he did to me? It was like I was on my peak that moment. That year, it was my best year on the truck. Everything was going like phenomenal, not just great, phenomenal. In anything have to do with the business, my life, money wise, everything. And that thing changed my life bad, very bad. Like a lot of my friends that they used to do that job or other business that they have there, they give up and they're not doing nothing anymore because he affected their life.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like the funny part. Like another thing you don't know about Greeks, for our Greeks is we celebrate names day, not birthday. So my name's day, that is for Archangel Michael, is 8th of November. 8th of November, it was the wildfire in California. So it was 7 o'clock in the morning. My phone rings and the landlord called me and said, Mike, we evacuate. We have a big fire. I don't think you're going to see your truck anymore. And I was like,
Jeez.
excuse me? So it was an hour and a half distance. And I grabbed my truck and I've been there like in 45 minutes. I was going like crazy. No access. You couldn't do it. People running to get out from the mountain because that town over there, he was having only two exits to get out.
Oh wow.
And it was the time that everybody not even wake up yet. A lot of people that live with pajamas, they try to save whatever they can. It was bad. It was
That's
bad.
crazy.
Like the third day, they have blocked all the ways, and you couldn't get in. So with the satellite pictures, I see my trailer. It was there. The third day, I was going every day and tried to get in. Of course, nobody let me. So I don't want to say what I say, but I find a way and I get inside.
Okay.
The main thing is I told him, I said, no matter what you're gonna do, I'm gonna go in. So or you let me and you don't know that. So I go inside with my own responsibility. And it was I couldn't find the road to go to my trailer. It was so destroyed everything. Like I couldn't recognize the streets.
Wow.
The smell from the area, I was smelling the death. Like I never gonna forget that. And all these people that I used to have there. So I go there and I find the trailer. Outside, he was looking that it was good. I hook it up, took it outside. I pull over out of town, and when I open inside, the miracle it was that outside I have 21-gallon propane. Next to that is a generator full of gas, and nothing of that explode. Even the truck it was burning inside, but outside nothing. And behind me, it was the station that they have the propane filling. It was like a 500-gallon propane tank that he explode over there. It
That did
was
it explode or it didn't?
yes, he did.
It did. Wow.
Yeah, yes. Like that block, it
So
was a gas station that we destroy, a propane filling that it destroy, and after that, it was like cars repairs and all that stuff. That it was nothing left. Like my landlord on his house, he was having a big safe that he was having all the jewelry and all that stuff. From the temperature, it melted the whole safe. They couldn't
oh,
even
what?
find nothing. It was like,
That's nuts.
yes,
All right. Well, I mean, I guess it's like a tornado. It's got its own path. You know, it can they've just somehow walked around your van. I mean, again, that's the two sides to that story you were talking about. Then I assume is that you still had at least at the very most the shell of a van of a pizza truck. So I mean, you drove it out of there. Is that what you said, right? Or
yeah,
did you
but
pick it up and
it
tow
wasn't it wasn't workable. It was all destroyed inside. So the insurance for the trailer they pay me right away, and I make another one. But that was the trick that I started losing everything. It was
it?
on my schedule because I told you I was on my peak. I was 6 months ahead. So now I don't have a truck anymore. So I have to cancel all that jobs.
Mm.
I'm putting pressure to the guy into building new food truck or trailer. It takes from best case scenario 2 months, worst case scenario 6 months. So I didn't have a date to book days again. That was the other thing.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
so I'm getting the guy works his best, and I get it back in 3 months. But people, they've been 3 months that I lost, and 3 months that they are ahead. So I was 6 months with no business.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
Yeah.
if you put
I
it
see what you mean.
if you put it down in numbers, it's like you having a busy restaurant, and for 6 months you're not gonna make a dime, and still you have to pay everything for all that stuff. So that was the first spec. So with some money that I save, I have the brilliant idea, and I opened the small location that I did in Rocklin, and that was November of 2019. A month later, 20 days later, we have COVID.
That's what it was. I knew there was something in the middle.
Yep.
Because everybody kind of erases those, doesn't erase, but they forget. Yeah. Okay. So
So I'm
how
having
did that go?
losing the truck from the fire, and after trying to do the store, shut it down and everything because COVID. At the same time, dealing with the divorce. So it was a great year.
Yeah. Well, sorry about those years, brother. We're glad you're here.
Uh,
But
Brian,
and it,
the most valuable thing in life, it's time. The rest, you can fix it again.
yeah,
The only thing you can buy is time. So just keep your smile and keep doing it.
yeah. It's funny because it's not funny. We were supposed to record this a couple days ago, and you just said that it's a tornado, and I'm like, why is he moving from a place that's gonna burn his ass to one that's gonna blow him away? This is what I was still thinking. For some reason, you were in Kansas, so I'm like, yep, of course that makes sense. Tornado Alley, sure, but I mean, Oklahoma's not.
Yeah. I think
Tornadoes, a lot of
my
places in the middle.
my next location it needs to be in Yellowstone.
Yeah, right there on the geyser, or just right there at San Andreas Fault, right where you can see the fences that have shifted. Just so you know, there's no question. Oh, well, it sounds like you're keeping your smile. You're learning as you go, and you're keeping your smile is what I'm hearing. So, what's kind of the next
uh,
step for you? You're out there with the van still, right? Um,
can I say something like personal?
sure.
And that's the reason that he keeps me to have smile. First of all, I got 5 kids. I got 3 kids older down in Greece, and I got my 2 little ones over here. As you remember, my last son, the fourth one, he's autistic. He's the biggest school that I ever have in my life. He teach me patience, and that's the reason that I don't give up. I don't have right to give up, and for my other kids. But when I see this little guy that he's coming to his frustration, he doesn't give up. He tried to find a way how to do it, and that's the reason that I keep going. And you see that smile.
Yeah, it's a very good reason. Makes sense too. Now, all the pieces are falling together. That's why I like doing these. Is it fills in a lot of gaps.
Mm-hmm.
The guys that I get to find out about. So, what is the next thing you're thinking about doing out there, just for the Lamb and the Wolf? I mean, just keep business as usual. Competition. You go to Greece a lot. What's your next Greece trip looking like? What are the fun adventures you got pizza related?
Last year, last year and this year, I didn't go because I have to move over here, and it was a new beginning. And rough part in Oklahoma, I have to educate people with the food. That was the difficult part over here because it's actually, I can say, my favorite or one of my favorite states that I lived. I love the people over here. Here is the heart. Here is the heart of US. And what I like over here, it's many things, but I'm just gonna name you 3. They are real. They like you or they don't like you. You can see it. Nobody's fake. I see the same thing in Tennessee. Second thing, we still have the neighbors over here. They're waving. They say good morning. We sleep with the doors open. We don't close the windows. We leave our stuff on the porch. Nobody touching nothing. It's like back in the days over here. Very respectful. A lot of manners. People that no matter what religion, they're going to the church every Sunday. I love this area.
Very good.
And like I give you an example, 9 o'clock one day that one night that I was working with the truck, it was raining a lot. So the truck is 25 pounds and he's stuck on the mud. He stopped a guy with his pickup truck. You need help? I say, I stuck over here. So I tried to figure it out. I was outside trying with a shovel to clean the tires. In 5 minutes, it was 10 pickup trucks from the neighborhood. They came with the ropes to pull me out. Where are you going to see that? In Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York? Who's going to do that?
I mean, you can't, and you don't see it anymore. And that's, I saw it when we were coming down to Mississippi. There was a point. There was just like a line. I think it was when we got into Tennessee where you saw the mannerisms change from the Midwest. I want to say snarky. I love my Midwest, but you can see it change. Friendly. So, um, what what are you
That,
thinking about? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
so I'm going to your question. I'm having a dream, and no matter what is going to happen, I'm going to find a way how to do it. Whatever I improve myself over here all these years, US, because I did watching a lot of things and learning from all these phenomenal guys that they know what they're doing exactly. I want to bring it down to my country, and that's my goal. And actually, I don't know if you know him. You know Theo Kalogerakos?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. If I do, I apologize, Theo, but I don't recognize the last name.
So it's the first Greek world champs in pizza business, and it's the guy who used to be in Australia having two stores there. Actually, he moved to Greece. He gave up everything over there, and he opened a pizza place down in the island that I used to work for 7 years. Actually, we talked last week, and he said to me, "Come back." That was
Ooh.
his thing. He's so in love. Uh,
With
so
with
my
pizza in Greece, you mean? With
yeah. So me and him, we have the same theory because we have so many amazing ingredients in Greece, and I would love all of you one day to have the opportunity to be there and let's do a food trip together, except the beach trip. And we both believe that we can do a great toppings by using only the Greek products.
yeah, I would love that. I think I got nothing else. I would just love that. Everything you just said and more. I know there's a olive oil company, excuse me, olive oil company out there that would like us to come by and see their harvest season during
Where in Greece?
late October, something like that.
In Greece?
Yeah, yeah.
Which one? Minerva, Helais, which one?
Uh, Leo Carius.
Which part
Give
of
him a
Greece?
free plug there.
It's from.
Oh, I don't know. It's
There
a
you go. You're going to. Yeah, I can tell you the details.
um yeah, I don't know, but they've invited us out there. I think it would be great because it's so close to Italy, but so far removed as far as like culture wise and flavor wise and all of that. That I think. Do you think that
No,
flavor
no,
plays?
I disagree with you.
You think so? Do you think a
Yes,
lot of I
per,
mean, there's a lot of basic elements that are the same, but they diverge. No, I mean, prove me. I mean, I was gonna say prove me wrong. Of course you can because I.
I'm just going to prove you wrong with one expression that they say the Italians and the Greeks, una fazza, una razza. So that means the same face, the same race. So we are like 90%, even in the language, we are the same with Italians, more with the South Italy. But
Okay.
you're not going to find any culture like differences that is going to be a shock for you. First of all, American population down in Greece is huge.
Well, no, I was trying to talk about the actual Greek culture. I don't want
Ah,
Americans who've moved there. Screw that. That's exactly what I try to avoid. I don't look for that. When I hear English, I run. Typically, I want to see where people who live there. I want to see the people who live there live and experience that. So, but I mean, I think I mean, you're right. You're right. I mean, it is so close there that, of course, they are going to be similar. I just thought that there were. I mean, you could take the same thing like olives and stuff, and they do so many different things with them apart from
yeah,
each other.
with
But then they
like,
share them. So
like with the olives, the same thing is in Italy or in Spain or down in Morocco, in Africa. It depends the area. It's a different selection of olives. And
right,
actually,
right,
I,
exactly.
I was watching yesterday because I watch that stuff, anything has to do with the food, for 2023, because of the damages of the weather we have over there. The best olive oil for that year, it's a company from California, best olive oil in the world for 2023.
Well, just because the weather kicked Greece's butt
Yeah,
or something.
For all the production of olives, and that include olive oil after, has to do a lot with the weather, and
Yeah.
the changing weather is global, is affect all over the world, not just. You live so many years in US, you see how different is the last 2 3 years the weather. It changed a lot.
Yeah, it's nuts. And you never thought you'd be able to see it, track it like that, but I mean, it just went from nothing to 1,000 miles an hour in a minute. So that's an argument other people can have somewhere else. But
Like the problem they have right now, it's because the last 2 years they don't have rains, a lot of rain. There is a problem about the production with olives.
okay,
And that thing happened again. I was a kid. I remember that. It was around 78 to 80. It happened again. We didn't have rains like for the 3 4 years in a row.
okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't take a lot to send that economy into waves either. So hopefully, get
No,
some water out there. But
that thing, you see how much he can affect the whole planet because one part of the planet, you got problem with this. Like if they don't have Spain, Greece, Italy, good production of olive oil, then you come in to the other solution, Brazil, Chile,
yeah,
US, and all that stuff. So what's going to happen? Increase the price of the product. And then when it comes to your door, from what you used to pay like for $8, it's going to go 24, 27. That's why you see
I
the
had
prices this year in olive oil are going crazy.
I had to buy some yesterday, in fact, and I stood there with sticker shock. I'm like, really? Because I don't remember last time I actually bought some.
And remember, in olive oil, there is three categories. So when you see that you say olive oil, it's mixed with other stuff. When you say virgin olive oil, that's the middle quality. And the best quality is when you see extra virgin olive oil. That's why they have that stickers. This is how you know that the blend is
Right.
better.
Yeah, Evu for those that don't know. Yep.
In Greece, we call it
But I
Evo.
mean, yeah, I stood there. But yeah, I don't. Forgive my accent. I apologize.
No, no,
But
you're right.
I stood there looking at the price, and I'm like, holy biscuits! And I mean, there's nothing
Mm-hmm.
you can do. What are you gonna do? Yell, make a scene? It's still gonna cost that much when you leave or when you're arrested. So, but yeah, that's. I mean, it all makes sense. I mean, it's not just people raising prices; it's how the production is affected by just everything going on. So,
It's effective. Yeah.
yeah. So when you were talking about, you were saying you wanted to just kind of get a USPT team, maybe just a trip down there for like a tasting trip. Would you did you ever give thoughts to competitions down there or putting one on, or do they
The
have them down there that you've been in?
This is my goal because down in Greece they have a huge food show. They call it Horeca. It's big. They're coming from all over the Europe, and they don't have something like that. And that thing that we do, all the part from acrobatics, the divisions, and all that stuff, it will be a great asset. And
Hmm.
the difference that you're gonna have is from where they do that thing, how much good time and quality moments you can have. Don't get me wrong, I love Parma, but after 8 o'clock, it feels like Oklahoma. We go everybody to bed. There is no many things you can do. So,
Hey
like,
man, this
it,
last year there were parties and parades in front of the hotel. It was nuts. It was nothing here on into town at least. But I agree. Yeah, it is.
Brian,
It's a
in Greece, midnight, we go for a coffee.
yeah. Well, and don't
Yeah,
forget about the 5 hour nap in between. I lie. It's like 3 hour, 2 hour siesta they have at what, like 2 to 3 or 1 to 3 or something like that. And
no. If you want to have
no,
it, you
yeah,
can have it, but that's in Mexico. They do the
no,
siesta.
no. In Italy, they have long lunch breaks, but
Yeah, they have the quiet hours. They call it. It's between like 2 to 5. It's like 3 hours. Bro. It's not a
oh,
break.
wow, okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well, that sounds fun. I know. I was gonna say I know a lot of guys who would enjoy that, but we've all gotten pretty old in the last 10, 13 years. So who knows? There's some
I,
guys who would still get out
I
there
don't know about
and
you
make a scene,
guys.
but no, it's I think it would be great to kind of do something. So over there, that you say it's not an element yet that they have is I don't want to say would our pizza be welcome there, or would we have to adapt highly to make a Greek pizza? And what would that be?
No, 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 no.
If we competed, I mean.
Whatever I have on my hand, it doesn't represent the nation of Greece. This is one crazy chef guy that he does his own stuff. But the
No, no, no.
whole
I'm,
what we're
go ahead.
doing over here, it will be amazing over there.
I'm just saying, yeah. So that's what I was saying. Like, would a Greek judge, how would they accept if we just took one of our competition pies here and did it over there, or would we have to adapt?
No, the chefs that they have over there, actually, there are a lot of. I'm sorry about that. Michelin chefs over there that work-wise, they know the flavors, they understand the cultures, and all that things. So if we do something like that, I'm going to make sure that we have serious people to judge what we do.
Right. I'm just saying in general. Do you think like I'm not trying to plan this competition. I'm just saying in general, like if we had a pizza competition over there,
Mhm.
would they like American pizza, or would we have to make our pizza
Let
like
me
they do
stop
in
you over
Greece?
here. My last trip, because my oldest son, he used to live with me over here, and he lives there. My last trip that I took, and I was going around and looking at the menu, I say to my son, everybody, they Americanize the food over here.
Uh,
Wings, burgers. I see ranch in Greece, and I was pulling my hair.
ranch.
So yeah,
Okay. Wow.
they are very familiar. So anything you have over here,
Okay.
McDonald's, KFC, that kind of stuff, they exist there. It's not.
Okay. So
They
even
don't know.
anywhere from the Michelin chefs down to like the regular person
Mm-hmm.
get our food tastes and stuff. So we wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
have to really adapt much. Would you recommend we do something with local Greek ingredients, or would you recommend they take a pizza they competed at Expo with, and do it?
First of all, anything you use over here, you can find it there. And the second,
Okay.
by the time you go do a competition, if I have a different theory in my head, I don't go to win. So by the time when I've been to Italy, do you remember what I use?
No, I
The,
no.
the horse meat.
Oh, was it that was you? Okay.
The cavallo down in Italy is a big
Yeah,
thing.
it is. It is. It's everywhere. It
So
seems more even since then, or maybe we're
yes,
just noticing it more.
so if you go to Greece, why you don't want to try something else?
Yeah.
That this is my recommendation and my theory. Somebody else believes something else. I'm not saying to people what they do. I'm just saying what I believe.
That's that's fine too. It doesn't have to be you recommend. It could be what would you do? Would you use local or would you take it? So I like that. I mean, it's I think most good competitors would want to put some kind of local flavor in it. Just they don't want to. I know from experience, and I've had, and I warn other people that if you go with a set recipe in your head from here over to Italy or any other international, you run the chance of not being able to find exactly what you were wanting, and then having to adapt. I did it once, and it made the whole recipe completely different. So I
No,
guess it's not the same in Greece, but I mean,
you can
there's
find
something to be said.
you can find anything you want.
All right. So if you had to compete today, what give me a competition pizza, something that you think would do really well.
Which one from all of them? Like, do
No, no,
you?
I'm just saying, give me a recipe, something that you off the top of your head you would compete with.
I give you the one that. Do you remember when I did the gluten free?
No,
Okay,
right? Go
that
first.
was
I'm sorry.
that was in Chicago that Derek Tang win this competition.
Oh yes, okay, all right.
I got a
There
phone
you go.
call. My
There
son
you go.
was calling
There you
from Greece. Sorry.
go.
So uh, when we did the competition in Chicago on Anthony's Culinary School,
Yeah.
so that day we're missing one for the gluten free. Me, I never taste gluten free. I never make gluten free. And you say, Wolf, you want to enjoy, so we fill up the group. Say, okay, I do it as long as I'm not going to be last. Night before go online, try to realize what is that thing. Never did it before. And I know in the dough I can beat the guys that they're doing. Now I can beat them all day long. No, no, I'm bragging
For
about this
gluten
thing.
free?
Yeah, I'm good now. In this one, I'm very good now.
Nice.
So I didn't expect to have a big results with the dough. So I focused the flavor. I remember you and Lenny laughing behind me because I baked the dough and I just put the cheese. And you say, "Oh, we're gonna eat the cheese pizza." So when I brought it out, I have it the spinach, and the magic was a black tahini
Ooh. Okay.
with a wild honey from a pine tree. And if you remember, I came second with 1 point behind Derek that does that for a living. And I was overscored from Leonardo and what's the crazy guy? Come on, Gianni Galuzzi. So
Crazy.
yeah,
That's.
Gianni.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that
So
sounds. I mean, if you can.
you told me about one flavor. Did you ever have black tahini before?
No, no. I had.
There you go. And the combination, like this is how I grew up. Tahini with the honey is a great combination. So I brought it together in a pizza. And after Lenny just come and say, I can use the words now online, but Lenny was obsessed with the flavor.
That sounds like Lenny. No, that sounds like a delicious pizza. And again, it's. I mean, back then too, gluten free was just kind of coming out, and it wasn't as. I mean, in the last few years, it's gone insane. You can't tell anymore some of these doughs, but that sounds like a pizza I would like. So, all right, I know I put you on the spot. I just want to see what you would do.
No, that's fine.
So, what's one thing you want to let everybody know about the Lamb and the Wolf, and where you guys are in Oklahoma? Yeah, Oklahoma.
This April, I'm a year over here. That technically, for the first time, I have 3 months that I didn't work because of the weather. That's not me. I hate cold. I hate ice. I hate snow. Put me to work with the 110 degrees outside. You're gonna see me with a big smile. Have the weather outside to be on the 30s, depressed. I can't. With the heat all day long. The summer, you see everybody suffering, water, air conditioning, and
Yeah.
everything, and the crazy Greek guy with a smile just sweating, and I'm fine. It's the first year over here, so we just start to build a name, and when you know that you do well is when you see that people start looking for you. When in the beginning you looking for them, and that's the thing that I love with the food truck, that I don't wait the customer to come to me. I go find him. But down the years, all these years that I do the food truck, the business start changing. There is many people think that is easy going inside, and they create damage to the market, because when they go inside, they think they're going to make it great. It's not that easy. It's more difficult from running a restaurant, because you're setting up every day. You have to do the setup. You have to do all the cleaning and all that stuff on the spot, and you have a lot more inspections from a restaurant. Like when I used to be in California, I was having like 25, 30 health department inspections every year. That there is no restaurant that has that. Maybe you have twice a
Yeah.
year. And so they're going outside to work, and when they see they don't make any money, they're doing the wrong system that they do a lot of people. They start selling cheap with a bad quality. So that things that make everybody wants to go in a food truck, he doesn't want to go anymore. Food
Okay,
truck,
I see what you mean.
like my advice about this thing, if you want a food truck, one thing, can you sell one thing? But to be so unique that somebody's going to come with the 120 degrees, with the snow, with the rain, because he's missing this thing. Just make one. You don't have to make a whole menu. And you don't have to go buy frozen burgers or cheap ingredient. No. Put the right thing, put the right price, charge it. People pay for good stuff. Don't be afraid about this. On the truck, you don't need 200 people like you need in a restaurant because you have employees. If you have 50 customers a day that they're willing to pay for what you do, you're good.
What kind of equipment do you have in your truck?
This
I
one,
mean, like what kind of oven and
this one over here. Can I say brands? Is that okay?
yeah, if you want. Yeah.
I don't mind. I'm not making them commission. So,
Me either.
so
So yeah, we're just mentioning names.
this one, I have a dual Forno Bravo, wood
Mhm.
fire and propane. That I don't use the propane. Just doing wood fire all the time.
Wow, awesome.
Dual freezer and refrigerator for the dough and gelato for the summer. I don't make the gelato. I buy ready. Lenny's gonna start pitching now. I know. I'm not good in gelato, Lenny. I don't know about that.
He's just gonna try to sell you his. Don't worry, he's got a mix. I'm sure. I'm pretty sure.
I have a nice display warmer in the front, so usually when I do like a lot of specials, like I do meatballs, I do the Greek lasagna, the pasticcio, I do shaka. I have it on the front, so when you come to the truck, it's a nice, beautiful, big display that keeps everything hot, and you can see it from there. And I have my Euro machine
Okay.
from my company, the
Any
banco.
machine? Divago.
Yeah, big time, all the time. They're on my side, these guys.
Right. I remember. Yeah, you're always giving me that stuff. Well, you can shout out to them because they help you. Hi, Devanko. Thank you for helping my buddy. Uh, but you
Hey,
mentioned,
listen to me. It's not help. If you didn't have a good product, I would never use it.
well, that's
Like,
what I meant too. Yeah.
this company, I don't know, he get like a 20, 30 codes about stuff, and I'm telling straight to the face of them because you know me, I don't swallow my words. I love three products. These three products that they have, the specific kind of euro that I buy, the bulk Italian sausage, and the Italian beef, they are top of the market. Like anybody doesn't buy that stuff is losing.
Mm,
Only these three.
okay.
The rest, what they use it is not for me. For other people, maybe they are, but not for me.
Right. Well, you get what you need.
Yep.
I'm sure they're happy with that. So, no, that's great. But I noticed, I mean, you're talking about quality, and you said that you now mix all your dough by hand. So how do you prepare for a day? I mean, do you make batches, and when you're done, you're done? Is it all to go, or I mean, do you have days where you just show up and people come for lunch, or you do everything by appointment?
So listen, now the days when I go to work, I know what's going on. But on the truck, I have a 50 dough limit. So I have 50 dough balls every day with me. I sold it. I sold it. That's it. No more.
Okay.
So what happened? It was. And I'm not gonna try to be the smart guy that can figure it out. The universe. One day, it was off of electricity. I need to make a dough. So I get my bucket and I sit down and I say methods and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I did a bigger method with my way because I always try to change my stuff. I let it rest. I go finish the rest of the stuff, and after I finish it, and I go high hydration was about 72%, and I have to use the dough after 12 hours, and I was so surprised how huge difference he got with the other one. So the next day, I make for after 2 days. So it was with the 48 hours cold fermentation. I make the same thing to see how it's going to come. The other teammates, they always used to say that they like my dough. This is better. Like the difference that I see, how less it's getting, is suffering the procedure of the dough to make it from the mixer with a hand. It's a huge difference.
Okay. So,
And it's not hard
if
in
oh,
the
well,
beginning.
that's kind of where I was getting ready to
Yeah,
go. I was gonna say you do like let's say 50 dough limit, right? How big are the dough balls? How
10, 10, 10
how much flour are you mixing?
10 ounces, and every time I do 25 dough balls batch. So I do batches. The one is 25, and after the second one, another 25.
Okay.
And
Okay. 10 ounces, 25 dough
it,
balls, 250
it's
ounces, and then the math on that. So okay. All right. That's it. And I mean, obviously, first in, first out. And you say you let it cold ferment for 48 hours?
the ideal is that, but it's coming days, that I have like 3-4 days in a row that I have to do stuff, and it's going to be very busy. And I told you again, I work by myself. So when I leave, I get up 6 o'clock, gotta go load the truck, have it ready, take off, driving an hour and a half usually, so 3 hours back and forth, 6-8 hours operation. It's a whole day. It's like 14 hours. So sometimes I gotta sit down and make the same night for next day, or sometimes
Hmm.
that I have the energy, I can sit down and make like 4 or 5 batches and have it for the next 2-3 days.
Hmm. So it's good at 48. How long does it last? When does it last? How long is your maximum?
Uh, I did the last one, this one that I have, I did it for 4 days, and it was,
4 days.
yeah, it
Okay.
was fine.
All right. Very good. Well, I mean, it's all about how much prep you want to do and knowing your schedule. I guess is time management a big thing for you? I was gonna say for food trucks in general, I would think it would be for you. It's got to be insane, right? Because you're one guy.
Yeah, what I do, I take an advantage the date hours. You go outside for lunch. You're gonna be busy from 11 to 1:30. So between lunch and dinner, that you have these 3 hours, that it's gonna be 1, 2, 3 customers. That's your time to go ahead with your stuff,
Mm-hmm.
clean, prep, cut stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So these hours, I'm taking a little break. So I cool down myself because I'm not a young kid anymore. And after a little bit, I start prepping and doing the stuff for the next day. So by the end of the night, when I finish, the only thing I have to do is just to clean the truck.
Nice, nice. I mean, smarter, not harder, right? That's how you do it.
Yeah, it was a guy that I used to work in Greece when I was a kid. That he teach me two things. I was the best businessman I ever worked. Uh, every square feet that you pay rent for that, you have to make it make you money.
Hmm.
And the other thing is, there is no, I don't have nothing to do. There is always something to do.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. That's one I was fond of throwing out.
I try to do my translation. Thinking Greek, bring
Yep.
it outside.
No, but yeah, I mean it's the same concept either way. So that's I mean, stay busy is basically what it means. Just stay busy. So
Mhm.
all right, well, that all sounds great. It sounds like you've got your feet under you at this point, and you're getting your customer base. And um, where can people typically find you? Like website, location, your home address, stuff like.
I'm a little boomer with that stuff. I'm not too much with this Facebook. Everybody they're going through Facebook. I'm not
Facebook.
like
All right.
when I came here and asked the other guys, "Oh, we do a lot of Instagram," but no, in Oklahoma they do a lot of Facebook. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
use Facebook.
And I barely use it. I need to use it more, and it's sad to say that that's the old thing now. Um,
Uh,
but
Brian, don't get me wrong, but if I didn't have the business that I have to respond back to people, I wouldn't care to use Facebook.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm the same way. Yeah, I kind of disappeared personally. So, but that's all right. We'll get it. Everybody can reach out to you at the Lamb and the Wolf Facebook page, or see what you're up to, and check out your beautiful truck and or your beautiful creations and or competitions, whatever you're up to. The wolf gets out there. He goes crazy sometimes.
I would like to give an I would like to give an advice to some younger people. Like,
Absolutely. That was going to be my next
uh,
thing.
I know your questions already. That's why I'm answering.
All right. There we go.
No, uh, go to competitions. US Pizza Team, the thing that it does different, it's like you guys create your own competitions, and it's more time and value over there because it's not this huge crowd. It's like more limited people that you can talk. exchange recipes, opinions, and you can find out solution about your store. Don't go with the attitude I came to win the competition. If it's meant to be, it's gonna happen. Be creative, open your mind, and listen to other people. Nobody knows everything. Everybody will learn from each other. And competitions, they help you a lot, and in your job and in your personality.
That's perfect. That's going on the poster. Thank you. Yeah, that's. I mean, you're absolutely right. You get out what you put into it. So having that mindset is perfect. And that's why we keep. That's why we like having you around. I was gonna say keep bringing you around, but I mean that and you win. You win.
Uh,
So
the main tomorrow you have the thing for Gino, right?
yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to be there because it's not easy for me. But send him a message. Gino, I love you. I owe you a lot. You're somebody that helped me and opened my eyes in this business. And people that have to trust, listen, uh, uh, persons like Gino, because it's one of the kind. Gino is one of the kind. The whole family, the Ragos, they're great, but I got a little bit more feelings for this guy.
Sorry, Lenny, but
No, I love
yeah,
Lenny. Lenny, when I was in Chicago for a little time, Lenny, Tony Troiano, they helped me a lot with the stuff over there. But Gino, we're more close to the age. He was the first one, this one and Bruno, that they approached me. Bruno is not my type. He doesn't shave himself too much. But Gino needs a little bit more love from everybody to show him. That's what he likes.
yeah. Well, I mean, he's earned it too. So it's nice to recognize
Yes,
for sure.
yes.
I'll make sure he hears this.
You say exactly the right word here.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
and
That's
thank you too for all the years that all the things that we do and the communication. Uh, Sometimes I don't understand you because your Greek they're terrible, but
it's not good. No, we appreciate having you, and looking forward to the future. Hopefully, these communication lines will stay open and clear. So we're looking forward to more years, man. We've enjoyed having you for sure. So
I'm a Highlander. I'm a Highlander, so you're gonna see me the next 1,000 years to be around.
there could be only one.